It's going to be fine.
Good.
You know, it'll be fine.
All right.
Could be worse.
Yep.
Has been worse. Well, because you guys are dragging me down. You guys keep. Well, every time I get done with the 7-day, you guys are like, oh, gosh, oh. Every time. Doesn't matter what time I come on. 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, and then you expect me to be chipper for 5 straight hours. It's miserable. I want you guys to say, wow, that's great news. It's going to be 60 on Friday. Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? Lie to you? I'll put 70 every day next time. God.
Thank you for your commitment.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Davis appreciates it. He knows when to bundle up.
Yep.
Here's some wind. Here's some temperature, 20s. Feels like 19 or feels like 70. I don't know. 47, partly cloudy. Southwest breeze 10 to 15. Here's a 60. I don't know if that's good enough for you guys. Get excited. Maybe I'll disappoint you with the 7-day here in a few minutes.
Ooh.
2001 document says that Smith's estate should be given to her companion, Howard K. Stern, to hold in trust for her son who died last year. In her will, Smith also intentionally omitted to provide for her spouse and other heirs, including future spouses and children and other descendants. They will... Who writes this stuff? God, it's amazing. Are you guys lost like I am? It's like nobody talks the way that this stuff is written. Some intern at NBC News Channel writes this crap.
I mean, look, Mark, it's dark days indeed, but this is a time for leaders to step up. And so to the supposed leaders, I will say this. All right, Tim Howard. Tim, the Belgium game ended 3 years ago. We need you to save the ball now. Jeff Cameron, clean it up or let's get someone who will. Clint Dempsey, yeah, you're a national team legend. Now we need you to be a national team leader. Michael Bradley, the U.S. does not need you to be zen. The U.S. needs you to play better. Josie Altidore, is this really as good as it gets? Because it's still not good enough. Bruce Arena. Bruce, Jurgen Klinsmann lost at home to Mexico. You lost at home to Costa Rica. This is now all on you, not Jurgen. Oh, and by the way, to all the guys that I didn't mention it because you don't even warrant to mention. That includes you too, Wonder Boy. So, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to continue to be a bunch of soft, underperforming, tattooed millionaires? You are a soccer generation that has been given everything. You are a soccer generation who is on the verge of squandering everything. So, now it's time to pay it back. Make us believe again. You don't owe it to yourselves. You owe it to us. And get off my lawn.
A little bit, filled in with some air,
Okay,
not
so
as low of pressure, but Camille. Let me talk, Carol.
Translate that for us. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Well, if you would let me talk. Camille was 908. And so this is actually now not in the northern hemisphere, unless you were obviously trying to get under a hurricane.
All right.
Carol.
Thank you, Chad.
All right. Just having fun with you this morning.
I know.
Right.
It's a stressful time, I know. CNN is your hurricane headquarters.
Wait a second.
Hold on a second. I'm going to make a point.
Lord.
We're not covering this, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done with the Paris Hilton story.
Just do the news.
I've ripped up the previous Paris story. They were leading with it again.
Are they really?
I'm shredded.
Symbolic gesture number 3.
This is my Paris Hilton story.
What a statement. That is a statement about the state of journalism in our country.
You have changed the world, Mika Brzezinski.
Understands the officially codified doctrine of Islam? You're the interpreter of that, so you can say, well, this is... I'm
actually well educated on this topic.
I'm asking you. So you're saying if I criticize you're saying that Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it. It's not. But it's so not.
It's like saying those stateless, shifty Jew.
You're not listening to what we are saying.
You guys are saying if you want to be liberals, believe in liberal principles like freedom of speech, like we are endowed by our forefathers with an inalienable rights, like all men are created equal.
Ben, we have to be able to criticize bad ideas. And
of course we do. No liberal doesn't want to criticize bad ideas.
But Islam at this moment is the mother lode of bad ideas.
Jesus.
So we have ideas like blasphemy.
It's an ugly thing.
Apostasy.
It is one basic liberal
let me
principle
unpack
of
it.
tolerance.
Let me unpack it.
But not for intolerance.
No, of course not. But they're defending
people accused of apostasy.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punish women, who just want to go to the store,
wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a
pray
second.
5 times a day,
Wait a
don't do
second.
any of the things that you're saying all Muslims.
Wait a second.
Stereotyping.
Wait a second.
Things and you painting the whole group religion with that.
No, let's get down.
Where was that story to sort of create a different picture?
Well, what is your solution? What is your ask?
No,
Just condemn Islam?
the solution. The solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I'm not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq and put 4 million people.
We're not convincing anybody.
It's not I'm specifically telling you that I disagree with what you think.
I know, and we're obviously not convincing anybody of you.
You don't understand my argument.
Your argument is like, black people, they show each other.
That is not my argument.
No, it's a deal no matter what.
Okay, but that's the fact.
You don't.
But what I wouldn't do is say it's all Brazilians, or I wouldn't say, well, Ted Bundy did this. Goddamn, these gays, they're all trying to eat each other. Build a AA ballpark in Charleston, West Virginia, and you're making a career out of ISIS.
But no, it's not just ISIS.
There's global jihadists. The question is the degree to which you're willing to say, because I've witnessed this behavior, which we all object to on the part of these people, I'm willing to flatly condemn those of you I don't know and have never met.
No,
this is the biggest religion in the world.
Exactly, but you're treating them like a minority. I mean, if Filipinos were capturing teenagers and sending them into white slavery, we would criticize that. We wouldn't say, well, they're Filipinos.
You would criticize the people who are doing it, not the Philippines. You know what I mean?
Well, what if the people
as a Filipino kid lives down the street from you would have nothing to do with that? So these are different things, crazy
racial
people.
stereotyping.
I think it goes.
Let's talk. We mentioned ISIS. Let's talk about that.
You agree with it.
No,
Most
we're Americans. I'm an American.
Let me break this to you. 70% of Americans don't want that mosque down there. So don't give me the we
Where's
biz.
that poll? I want to see that.
You want to bet on that? You want to bet? I'll show you that poll in a minute.
All I'm saying is I'm American.
Americans don't want it. Don't want it down.
But why is that? But why aren't we saying?
It's inappropriate.
Why is it inappropriate when 70 families died?
Muslims killed us on 9/11.
Oh my God! That is.
Muslims didn't kill us on 9/11? Is that what you're saying?
Excuse me, extremists.
What religion were they in?
What religion was Mr. McVeigh? Mr. McVeigh was an extremist as well, and he killed people.
70% of the country.
I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here. I don't.
You're outraged about Muslims killed us on 9/11.
There's nobody on overtime. There's nobody working on the weekends. There's a lot that could be done to have this done a lot sooner.
Steve?
I'm here every day.
Well, she lives on the first floor, and so, I mean, I don't see...
I care about my other neighbors.
Well, I mean, it's scheduled. It's a contracted job. We don't tell the elevator company when to work their people. They submit a schedule to us. They said they could do the elevator in 6 weeks. So all we're trying to hold them to is meeting their deadline. As far as doing elevator repairs 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, I don't see that as being a typical process, nor is it a typical process to be working on.
We've got to go now. I want to thank you both. Thank you. All right, it's back to you, Jim.
Ollie, don't let her go away. That's what. Does she have a response to that? Is she still there?
What's that?
Did the lady just leave?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. We should have kept that discussion.
She's back if you want her.
Yes.
She heard you.
Yes.
What'd you like to know?
I would like to know a response to what the gentleman said. The gentleman's a very effective spokesperson for the company, but obviously the people who live there are not satisfied with his explanation.
Right. So what do you want now?
Well, if I have to teach you how to be a reporter, Ollie, I'll do that later.
Oh, why don't you do that later, Jim? I think the lady expressed herself, and you're not here, you're there. Is there any question you'd like me to ask her?
No, I'll give you lessons on how to become a reporter later
I'll
on.
give you some lessons on how to be an editor, because I was your boss once.
Yeah, you were, and are no longer. How did that happen?
Well, I don't know.
Here's Aaron Miller.
Hey, good morning, Jim. We are live.
Probably in the history of Toronto, where the mayor is bigger than the whole city. You know, he's the biggest celebrity than everybody in the city. Everybody wants to see the mayor, and he's a really dynamic character.
Right. So you read up on him? You sort of would follow?
No, I didn't read up on him. I watched him on television.
Right.
You know what I mean? In the States, and you know, he's a big hit in the States. He's a big hit.
Now, some of your critics would say, you know, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, you know, because it's negative and you're being negative. And I met the mayor, and nothing they can do about it.
We actually had a really good time. We talked about George Trevallo, who was a legend in your city, great man with whom Mike spent quite a bit of time yesterday talking about his life, highs and lows.
So interesting, because you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that comment.
Come on.
No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit.
You know, we're doing live TV.
Hey, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it?
All right, you got a show that you're doing tonight.
We are.
You know, a lot of people.
We are. Where it comes raw and it's the real truth.
Yeah, a lot of people
are
going to be there to see your show. Just tell us a bit about it.
You know, it speaks for itself. Everyone saw the show.
All right. It's a Broadway production. It went to Vegas. It went to actually 28 cities in the United States. And we're really, really proud to bring it here. And we're actually going to Monaco on October 9th. We're going to be in Monte Carlo.
Right. Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right.
You really have to.
We're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in.
Fuck you.